Welcome to Optimal Timelines. My name is Sean, and this is going to be your monthly Tarotscope readings for November 2023 for your North Node by sign and house. Now, we're going to break up the readings this month into two segments. So, this reading is going to encompass the first half of the month from the 1st to the 15th. And then on the 15th, there'll be another set of readings for you to watch. I started to do this because it seems like it's much easier for people to track their month this way. Now, if you're new to the channel, the reason I use your North Node in tarot readings as opposed to your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant is that it's recognized in astrology that your North Node is your North Star. It's what you're here to learn and experience in this lifetime. So it's much more relevant to your everyday life and much more accurate in readings. So with that, let me connect to the energies and we can begin our reading. I call upon my spirit guides and guardians and the wisdom of my ancestors to bring forth the information that's true and correct for all who see this reading, that it may bring them the most beautiful, happy life possible and set them on their most optimal future timeline. So may it be. Okay, North Node in Libra and or the 7th house. This is going to be your November 2023 Tarotscope reading for the first half of November. Okay, so the card that popped out for the first 2 weeks of November is the Four of Swords, and this is a card of repose. It's a card of reflection, of could be like meditation, but the way I like to describe it is inactive activity, if that makes sense. So, like when a person meditates or they're reflecting, they're not doing nothing, they are doing something, but it is a card of non-physical action in a way. So it's like pausing and reflecting, and I feel like that is going to come into play the first 2 weeks of November here, and it's going to be something that some of you are going to want to do on your own, and others, I have to say, you might want to try to do this because there could be things, going on around you that might prevent you from doing that. But your timeline cards are, you've got the Six of Swords, and you've got the Two of Wands reversed, and then you've got the Eight of Wands. So what I'm seeing for the first 2 weeks is essentially what's happening with the Six of Swords. Swords are mental energy, okay? It's communication and it's like brain activity, mental activity, okay? And you have the Four of Swords here. I feel like a lot of you are coming out of a situation that was difficult, okay? So you're trying to make sense of it. You're trying to move and distance yourself from it. Some of you may be better at doing that than others. Some of you might still be in it. But I feel like when November hits, you're going to want to, and most of you are going to be moving away from whatever this situation was. And I feel like it was, again, like a big strain mentally, first of all, and then of course it affects you emotionally. Things hit us sometimes mentally first, and then they affect our emotions, or it could be the other way around, where something affects you emotionally and then you mull over it. But in this case, I think it was something that hit you mentally, and then you're kind of healing from that. Okay, so I feel like whatever this is, you're moving away from, and you're being encouraged to distance yourself from whatever this is. Okay. The inaction thing is really important because if you have this North Node, which is, the Libra or the 7th house, that means your South Node is in Aries or the 1st house, which is, ruled by Mars, which is like action, physical action. Okay. And you're being told to This isn't a time to act in a physical way in the beginning half. We'll get into the reason why. It's because you need to make sense of whatever this is. How do you make sense of it? Okay, so you have the reversed Two of Wands. What this is whatever this is that happened. I feel like it's something that you felt like was affecting you now, and that, but more importantly, could affect you in the future. So whatever this is, and the other party or parties involved also felt that way. It was like something that happened that could, affect the future. And what you're being told is you're being told not to look too far in the future, but kind of handle it right now in this space and time, and not worry about how it's going to play out. Now, as you reach the middle of November with the Eight of Wands, you are being told here, and advised, I should say, to move away from the position you're in a very quick manner. So this is what's interesting. You're starting off the month and coming into the end of October into November, and you're being told to reflect and kind of get your bearings, not move away too quickly, but reflect on this situation. And also, the mental energy is not moving your mind into the future, like thinking what could happen or what should happen in the future. So that's again the mental energy of movement. You're being told, because what's going to happen is that's going to help you deal with this situation in the present moment, that reflection part. Okay, and then by the middle of November and going through the end, you're going to be moving away quickly. Now, what are your advice cards? Okay, your advice cards are the Empress reversed and the Nine of Wands. Now we're getting into the details, the nitty gritty of what's going on here, and why the reflection in the first part of November, moving away quickly. What this is that the situation that happened, that you're trying to move away from, and that you're trying to make sense of, you're trying to heal from, is something that, if you really think about it, has happened before. Like, not in that exact way with those exact people, but similar situations. It's almost like a lesson that has come up. And the Nine of Wands is telling you to reflect on that. Reflect on how, whatever this difficult situation was, how is it related to the rest of your life? How is it related to your past? Again, that's why not looking into the future, but staying in the present. And the part of the reflection is, this literally could mean also looking into your past. Okay, so that is a good thing, staying present and also looking into the past. But when you are doing this reflection, you're going to see, if you're completely honest with yourself, that this kind of thing has happened before. Now, what the advice is, don't do what you've always done in this situation, whatever that is. I'm thinking, because of your South Node in Aries, it had to do with, maybe, like fighting, going to battle with someone or some people or some situation, you know, kind of that Mars energy. Also, like having like a short fuse, or maybe like a short temper, or just saying like, okay, forget it, like just blowing up the relationship and the situation. Okay, because this card here, okay, the Empress, this is ruled by the planet Venus here. You can see the sigil for the planet Venus down here, okay? And Venus is the planet of your North Node, okay, for Libra in the 7th house, and of the 7th house. So this is saying it's time to treat this situation in a more Libra way. Now, this actual reading is really resonating to me, not because I have this North Node, but I have something similar. Like, I have Pluto in the first house, which is very much has some similarities to having your south node in the first house. And on a personal note, like I've noticed that I've been encouraged lately when dealing with situations and people to try to have more understanding, Libra, more compassion, Libra, okay, more putting myself in the other person's, patience, again, that is a Libra thing, okay, putting myself in their position, and especially the compassion part, okay. And that's what this is saying. This is saying is if you reframe it and you're thinking like, okay, maybe the way I've always done things, going to war, and battle with people and situations, maybe I can try to be understanding. Now, I know, it's not easy. It is not easy, especially because people and situations can be very, very trying, okay? But I think you'll find if you can just in a small way, like tweak something, like again, a personal example of of me. I find myself, let's say, getting irritated or upset with a person or situation, and I stop myself and I say, okay, I feel this, I understand why it's there, but how can I just have a little bit more understanding and compassion and just take some deep breaths and go with it. And what you're going to find is when you make this small effort, and I always say this, and I know that if you've watched my videos for any length of time, you know how I talk about the North Node. When we make any sort of effort in trying to embody our North Node, in trying to embody the energies of the North Node and move toward it, we are rewarded almost like magic from the universe in different ways. The situation gets better. So if you can just pause and do that with this situation, try to see it from the other person's, from the other person's point of view, try to um, compromise is another Libra seventh house thing. Okay. And you find when you do that, you don't have to give up yourself or your self respect or anything like that. Okay. But what you're doing is you're able to connect to that Libra energy of working with people because people don't always do and say the things that we want them to say or do. Okay. It's just the way it is. And then when we cut them slack, it's like, the universe cuts us slack and we want to be given compassion. Everybody does. We want to be given understanding. We want to be given kind of like a second chance. So that's what we're doing. And here's the big thing. This is what people don't get in this world. We honor always physical strength and power, or power, in the masculine sense. But true power in the true warrior is the one that can hold themselves back from action. It's easy to get mad. It's easy to like blow things up, okay? That's unfortunately what this world honors. But that is actual true strength when we can hold back and we can take a deep breath and say, okay, I'm going to be patient with this person or situation, okay? So this first half of November is nothing to take lightly, okay? This could be a real big change point, in your life. And it's these little things like this. Just remember, you don't have to completely like go soft, so to speak. Okay. You still can honor yourself and all of that. But if you can try to bring a little bit more of that Libra energy, you're going to find that things are going to work out. You're going to be happier in the long run. Trust me. Okay. Every time we follow our North Node and we follow our soul path through our astrological chart, we end up being happier. Okay. But anyway, I hope this reading was helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like a personal reading, if you have some questions in your life that you would like answers to, there's going to be a link in the description box below. I also offer soul path readings where I analyze your astrological chart. So you can check out my website down below. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions, reach out to me in the comments. So I love to interact with you all there. But with that, also remember, you're going to want to watch two videos. You're going to want to one for your north node by sign and one for your north node by house. Okay, so in a couple of weeks, we're going to have the next set of videos come out for November, so watch for that. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on some more videos. Many blessings.